Welcome to COMANDOLIN. Today we're looking at scales. 7 scales that you need to know to work your way around the 8-stringer here. And we're just going to look at easy, super easy 2-string patterns. So we're just going to look at 1 octave of the scales here. We're going to look at 7 different ways to go from an open D to this D. We're only going to use 2 strings. We're only going to be going up here to the 5th, well I guess at one point the 6th fret. But we're just going to go from here to here in 7 different ways. Each way has a really specific sound and a specific use. Because you might think, why do I need to learn scales? And the answer is all melodies are built out of scale notes. And different scales apply different moods to your playing. So if you're playing and the song is bluesy and you want to sound bluesy, you use some blues notes from the blues scale. If it's a sad song, you've got your minor scale to go to. If it's happy and peppy, you can make it happy and peppier with, your pentatonic or even your blues pentatonic major. But they all sound different. Let's just jump right in here and look. Here's what we're going to look at today. We're going to go from here to here in 7 different ways. We're going to look at the major scale. Look at the major pentatonic scale. We're going to look at the major blues pentatonic scale. We'll look at the minor scale. We'll look at the minor pentatonic scale. The minor blues pentatonic scale. And we'll look at the harmonic minor scale. That one gets that cool kind of Middle Eastern-y sound. But those are the scales we're going to break down here and look at in detail. So let's just jump right in. All right, so let's jump in with the most important scale here, the major scale. Because really this is what everything else is derived from. And we're just going to look at it in D. Like we say, 1 octave. We're just picking D because it's the middle 2 strings and really accessible and handy. So here we go. Open D, and watch the fingerings here. 2nd fret, 4th fret, and 5th fret. Hand doesn't move. Just putting fingers down. On the next string, A string, exactly the same notes. O, 2, 4, 5. So here's our scale. O, 2, 4, 5 on both strings. Try going up it and come down it. And it helps a lot, I think, to find melodies that are buried in this. And major scale, what I instantly think of is Joy to the World, the Christmas song. Just walks right down the major scale. This is your classic do, re, mi, right out of Sound of Music scale. Try going up it and down it using alternate picking. Don't worry about speed. We're not going all Chris Seeley on it here. Just make the notes sound good. All right, so there's our major scale. Super easy. All right, so if we talk about pentatonic here, major pentatonic, we're just going to do our major scales in one group here. Sorry. So all we're going to do is really remove 2 notes of that. We're just going to go O, 2, 4. Now skip that next note that we did. Now go O, 2, 5. O, 2, 4, O, 2, 5. A melody that jumps out at me here is is it the Lovin' Spoonful, John Sebastian? It's an obvious one that comes to my mind if I'm thinking major pentatonic here. 024, 025. let's take that, we'll add one note to it and make it be very bluesy. And we'll just add the 3rd fret on the D string. Everything else exactly the same. So O, 2, 3, 4, O, 2, 5. Blues scales will always have this little cluster of notes in it somewhere. And down here for our major pentatonic, it's right there. Hear how bluesy it gets just from adding that note in there? So there's a major blues pentatonic, not to be confused with the minor blues pentatonic that we'll look at in just a sec. So we've got major, and we've got pentatonic, and we've got blues pentatonic. Look, we've looked at 3 of them already. Nothing to it, huh? All right, let's talk about some minor scales. Now here's our basic minor scale will be O, 2, 3, 5. And then on the next string, O, 1, 3, 5. A melody that jumps out at me here, it's an easy one to remember. Think of Blondie. It's all right here in this minor scale. A little out of tune here, fix that. I don't know, I think of Blondie when I play the minor scale. But O, 2, 3, 5, O, 1, 3, 5. All right, let me fix this A string real fast. All right, I think we got the A string under control here. So let's take that minor scale we just did. We're going to move one note to make it be a harmonic minor. First string the same, O, 2, 3, 5. Second string, O, 1. But this time, instead of the 3rd fret, we'll just go to the 4th fret, which is just such a great note. So much tension. And then 5. So you'll get that Middle Easterny sound because you got this big wide jump in intervals up here. So there's our harmonic minor. All right, so let's look at a minor pentatonic, probably the easiest of the bunch here. Only 2 notes per string. O, 3, 5. And on the A string, O, 3, 5. Harmonic, or not harmonic, pentatonic minor. Such an easy little shape. All right, so that's minor. We'll add 1 note to get a minor blues pentatonic. All we're going to do is go up 1 more, add the 6th on the D string. And then O, 3, 5. Nothing else changes. O, 3, 5, 6. O, 3, 5. So bluesy. Especially that note right there, which is, shockingly enough, the blue note. You hear it, you know, the clubs and stuff named after it. Man, that's the note that makes it sing the blues right there. All right, so there is our blues pentatonic minor. Now check out the difference in sound here, because this was our minor pentatonic. But if we did major blues pentatonic, remember that one from a while ago? Has such like a sweeter, happier sound. So there's the major and here's the minor. So a totally different sound, but we're still just going from D to D. Let's see, did I get them? I think we got them all here. One more quick review. Major, just 0, 2, 4, 5 on each string. And then we did pentatonic, major pentatonic, which was 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 5. We added one note to that to make it a major blues pentatonic. We looked at minor. We changed one note of that to make it minor or harmonic minor. Getting that nice tension note there. We did a minor pentatonic. And we did a minor blues pentatonic. All right, so get these seven patterns in your mind, and more importantly in your fingers. And we're just looking at easy ways to go from one octave to the next. All right, let's talk about moving these patterns around a little bit. We did everything there in D, because we started on D, we ended on D. But those patterns go everywhere. If you start them on G, here would be a G major, you know, G pentatonic, a G blues pentatonic. You know, all the patterns are exactly the same, just everything up a string, minor, and so forth. So the note you start on is, you know, what key it's in. And you can try it. Play a G chord and play some of these scales. Here, G, major, you just hear it in there. So there's the major. You could go pentatonic. If you make your G chord be a minor, then play that minor scale. You can do that harmonic minor. But so there it can be in G. You do them up here in A. Here would be an A major. A chord. So we can take these patterns. So, you know, here's A minor. A minor harmonic. So this pattern's going to go everywhere. So we're looking at it there on the open strings, because that's the easiest, because there's one note that we don't have to finger. But we can take these all over the neck, because these patterns, the great thing about the mandolin, is so symmetrical. If it works anywhere, it works everywhere. So say we've done our D major scale. Well, our last note here is a D, which also means our first note is a D. That means that whole pattern, whoop, just repeats right up here. And so I did it major there. You could do that pentatonic, which is probably the easiest little pattern to move around. 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 10 is the same as so again, from up here, if you add that one note in, you get the blues, you know, major blues pentatonic. All these patterns just translate perfectly. Minor, harmonic, so they're all right here. You could do the pentatonic, minor pentatonic, or a minor blues pentatonic. I don't know, so try taking these patterns and moving them around. The great thing is, if we're doing stuff in G, you got 3 octaves here. Because watch, we could do a major scale in G. Whoops, we could do it better. So So there's one scale, or one octave, but it starts again right here. And then starts again right here. So these little patterns, if you're looking for a way to play up the neck, I mean, here's easy little patterns that you can put everywhere. So there's 3 octaves of G right there, just by doing the same pattern 3 times. So try moving these around. Get these patterns, get these shapes in your fingers. And it's a real easy, I think it's such an easy way to remember, just doing an octave at a time, because it's an easy way to bite this off and get it in your brain here, because we're only looking at 2 or 3 notes a string. But crucial stuff to learn here. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in for our look at scales. These are just so important to know these little patterns. And get them in your head, get them in your fingers, work them around the neck, try them in different keys, play them over backing tracks. You know, find a D blues backing track and play the Major Pentatonic blues, play the Minor Pentatonic blues. Hear how they sound, hear how they're different in the musical world. But a whole lot to work with here, and can certainly be a fun afternoon project for you. But hey, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.